Namaste everyone, Ram here, back. We're doing now part 6C before I give you a video on some techniques to enhance your concentration. When I was thinking about this, of doing this series of videos, and I got to the point where I was about to give some concentration exercise, I wanted to give a little bit of clarity as to what you should be doing and what you can expect. So one of the things that I often find people do is that when they actually sit, especially for a beginner, when they sit to meditate, it isn't really productive time. They may be wrestling with thoughts, they may be fighting sleepiness. And so if you find yourself that you're being productive and that productivity in your concentration, whether it's with your eyes open or eyes closed, whatever it is that you're concentrating on, whether it's the breath, the space in between the eyebrows, the heart center, we'll describe some concentration exercises in the following video. I want you to know that you can always switch back to an earlier limb. Meaning that, for example, I can use a prop like one of these meditation necklaces, where I start off by holding this one that is the kind of like the marked bead. And every time that I inhale and exhale, I move to the next beat. Bead. And every time that I inhale and exhale again, I move to the next beat. And I can do it as I move around and I keep completing the entire circle 108 beads later. That number has certain meaning. We're not going to get into that meaning right now, but it has astrological meaning and deeper significance for ancients when they developed these type of techniques. You see these numbers throughout myths, throughout buildings, ancient buildings, throughout the world. But that was a side note. So another thing that you can do is you can actually replace the breathing or add, in addition to the breathing, a mantra. So when you inhale, you think of, let's say, so, and when you exhale, you think of hum. Or you can do some other mantra. I've done mantras that are much longer than that, some of which I describe in The Art of Stress-Free Living. The link is below if you want to get a free signed copy, or if you want to actually get the actual copy online, you can get it. So you can do a longer mantra, not really concentrating on the breath itself. You can let the breath be passive, but you're maintaining concentration on repeating a mantra, whatever that mantra may be. So I repeat a mantra, and every time I finish that one mantra, I move to the next beat. I repeat that mantra again, and I move to the next beat. So for example, I may be doing a very famous mantra, and I go in my head, I'm not really verbally saying it, I'm thinking in my head, Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Shugandim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanam Nitrior Mukshiyat Mamritat. When I finish that, I move to the next beat. You can see that because it's a longer mantra, going around a full sequence is going to take a lot of time, but it's a great concentration tool. That's the first thing. So if I'm struggling in a higher limb, water it down, bring it down a level, bring it a notch. Use a tool, use a prop, use something that keeps you on point, keeps you focused and not deviating away from what you're trying to concentrate on. Another great tool that I've done many times in the past, and depending on the day, sometimes you have a busy day, you're just not at that level. You don't feel, I used to practice concentration meditation a lot more. I've gotten busy with writing, with a business, with trying to help people, work people, service, karma yoga. So sometimes when I'm trying to integrate my practice, I do hybrid approaches, and that's absolutely fine. Do a hybrid approach and go to the breath. So I can actually be doing a breathing exercise, Nadi Sodhana Pranayama, alternate nostril breathing, where I may inhale through the right nostril, hold my breath, and I'm concentrating, maybe doing a mantra while I'm doing this breathing. Exhale through the left nostril, hold my breath. I do certain muscle contractions, certain concentration. I inhale through the left nostril, I hold my breath. And using the breath again as an anchor, as a point of focus, as a tool. If I use my breath and all of a sudden I feel like I reach a certain level of balance, of steadiness, of harmony, then let go of the breath and go back to whatever concentration it was. Whether it's just letting the breath be and observing it, feeling the air coming in through the nostrils, concentrating on the heart center, the space in between eyebrows, maybe a candle, which I'll illustrate in part 7. I'll illustrate this meditation with a candle. And so whatever it is your concentration point, remember that your object is to expand, enhance the amount of time that you are able to concentrate on a single thing, whatever that may be. Eventually you graduate to a higher form of meditation, but whatever your single point of meditation is, or concentration, expand it until you are able to sustain it uninterruptedly. As that concentration grows, powers grow, energy grows, a lot of things are going to start to emerge from that, and you're able to then have meditation proper. Prior to that, you're in training. Don't get frustrated, don't judge yourself, don't criticize, don't be hard. Accept where you are and work and grow. Nobody was born as a maestro, playing the piano and composing great things. Even the great ones, they work hard as well. They may have achieved a higher peak earlier, but they all have to work hard. Nobody gets there without the trials and tribulations. Okay? So remember, again, if you are struggling as you move up, bring it back down. Keep oscillating back and forth until you reach higher and higher and higher and higher, and you're able to sustain higher practices. Okay? So that's the final part 6C with final notes. I hope that served you well. I'm Ram. And again, please hit the notification bell, subscribe, help support us, and we'll continue to provide us a good content. Hopefully you're enjoying this. Take care. Namaste. Much love.